Good evening. Just want to get you up to speed on some very nasty weather we have going on across parts of the area. Here is a live look with our Liberty University Skycam. We have some rain falling in and around Lynchburg, but look off towards the west. You can see that sky looks threatening as we take a live look to the west. We have some pretty nasty storms that have a history of producing damage. We have severe thunderstorm warnings associated with that line of storms that is moving through now. Most of these go until 9:45 tonight. Again, Amherst County included in this, northern Botetourt County, parts of Bedford County as well, just to the west of the city of Lynchburg. That could be extended if the storms that are prompting the warning just to the west of us there continue. Appomattox County also included, parts of Nelson County included in these warnings, as we have very, very intense cells that have actually intensified over about the last 30 minutes to an hour. Here is that line again of very intense storms moving slow. And I want to point out these little features here, these little bowing features. And this is what we were talking about earlier this evening, that even as the sun goes down tonight, the wind would still be a primary threat as these lines like to bow, and where you're seeing these backward C shapes just towards the east of us in Fincastle, between Lynchburg and Fincastle. We could have some very, very strong winds, and that is why the National Weather Service has issued those severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, this line has a history of producing some damage. We have reports in and around Covington of multiple trees down across areas. There's actually a large oak tree on a home in Covington. So again, these storms are very, very powerful, not to be taken lightly tonight. Putting a track on this line as it stags slowly off towards the south and east at only about 20 miles an hour. So flash flooding certainly a threat. Lynchburg just before 9 o'clock, the leading edge of this very, very strong winds will be on us. And these winds are sporadic. It's not just one big wall of wind that'll come in and do any damage. These are very, very isolated wind gusts within these cells. So it's very important that you're paying attention to where these storms are sliding down from. Stonewall just after 9 o'clock. Appomattox for us, we're a little bit further off towards the south and east, but those potentially damaging storms working through the way as well. Again, these are just straight line winds, but along this line, damage has been reported. Also, a lot of lightning with these storms that we've been talking about all night, picking up at about 104 strikes in the last 10 minutes. Along this line, you see here again these yellow boxes, these orange boxes indicating where we continue to see severe thunderstorm warnings tonight. All part of a larger system here, a big mesoscale convective complex, or system as we call these in the weather world. A line of very strong thunderstorms sliding through, and something that's going to have to be watched over the next couple of hours here. These storms that are severe currently just into parts of south and southern West Virginia, looking like they can cross the line over the next couple of hours. So just be aware in places like Giles County, Wythe County, areas around Pulaski, as we have some nasty cells approaching our direction as well. But the main and imminent threat, a line that has a history of producing damage, now continues to strengthen and work its way through parts of the area, mainly right around the 460 corridor. Again, it's this nasty line here, these darker reds indicating where the most intense part of this storm is. Severe thunderstorm warnings on these until about 9:45, I should say, the 9:30, including northern Bedford County, northern Botetourt County, southern Rockbridge County, and you see there the orange polygons, if you will, that continue to spread off towards the east. But it's this line here that's prompting it. We've been tracking this all night, and notice again how it's not a straight line. It gets a little wavy, and it's in these little waves, those backward C's, if you will. That's where we see it bowing out a little bit, and that's where we can potentially see the strongest winds in this line that continues to push off towards the south and east. So again, within the next few minutes, Lynchburg, this is going to be on top of us. So I would assume if all continues to look inside the storm, that we would end up having the severe thunderstorm warning continue to be extended into the city of Lynchburg as it slowly pushes off towards the south and east. As we've been talking all night, again, a lot of moisture in the air. These are slow moving, so while damaging winds certainly the primary threat and the most imminent threat as these storms slowly move across the area, we could end up seeing some flash flooding, some urban flash flooding out of the deal. So just keep that in mind too as if you're driving tonight. Now that it's dark, don't want to drive through any roadways. Of course, there was a lot of urban flash flooding last night through parts of the area. Please just don't put the lives of our first responders at risk to come and save you. Just hang out at home as, again, these very intense storms. Again, one more track and then we'll get you back to regularly scheduled programming here. Lynchburg just a few minutes away from the leading edge of this as they slowly push on the way down. Appomattox about 9:15 here. And again, these are intense storms with a history of producing damage. Again, already reports of damage in and around Covington from the last wave of when this line was further back off towards the west. We are going to send you back to regularly scheduled programming now. We'll continue to keep you updated on WSLS.com, on our social media pages, and of course we'll break in as necessary.